This week's Kids Books Bingo highlight category is I'll Lift the Flap book. Hi everyone, it's Jenny here from The Bear and the Fox. I am hosting a summer reading challenge together with my lovely friend Amanda from Books and Pieces. It's called the Kids Books Bingo, and we have come up with 9 different categories of books that we are challenging you to try and read with your kids over the summer. You can download a copy of the bingo grid over on my blog, and I'm going to be highlighting one of the categories every week and sharing some of my and my children's favourite books for that category. Now, I think this is the only category where unfortunately I don't have any recommendations for older children. I'm sure there are Lift the Flap books out there for older readers, we just don't have any at home. So this week's tips are all for the younger reading age. First up is our number 1 favourite Lift the Flap book, Fox's Socks. It's from the Acorn Wood series by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler, the dream duo behind the Gruffalo. So there's one about a bear, a pig, a rabbit, and the fox is our favourite because my youngest son's middle name is Fox. So we've got a whole collection of picture books about Fox. So Fox has lost his socks. He looks in a chest and finds his vest. I can't read you the whole book unfortunately because of copyright, but just to give you a little idea. So then he's looking for his other clothes. He finds his shirt under the stairs, and then there's something hiding in the cupboard, and then finally at the end of the book he opens the box and at last he's got 2 socks. So there we go, lucky Fox, he's found all his clothes. So it's a lovely rhyming book with Lift the Flaps, and it's everything that young kids love, and we really love this. So that's Fox's Socks. Next up I have a book which isn't actually one of ours. I mentioned that I'm running this reading challenge together with my friend Amanda, who's got an online bookstore, and I've been taking some photographs for her of some of her books, and this is one of the books I've been photographing, and the illustrations are just so super cute and gorgeous that I thought I'll include this one as well. It's definitely for younger children. It's numbers. So on each page there's not much text, and then there's a flap, and behind the flap is a number of animals. So here we've got 2 twin tigers hiding behind this flap, and then splish splash, 4 smiley fish, and let's see if I can find my favourite. This was my favourite, wibble wobble, 6 hungry hamsters. How cute are they? So I think this would be a brilliant book for young children who are just learning their numbers. And then at the very end you've got all the numbers in a row as well. So I've got the numbers 1 to 10. So I think this would be a brilliant book for the very little ones who are just starting to be introduced to numbers, and just adding in the flaps makes it just a little bit more exciting. And then last but not least, this is actually not just a Lift the Flap book, it's also a pop-up book. It's got a bit of everything in it. My 5-year-old chose this book just before lockdown. We had a trip to our local bookshop because he wasn't feeling very well. He had tonsillitis again for the, I don't know how many times he's had it in the last year, and he was feeling a bit miserable, so I took him to our local bookshop and let him pick a book, and he picked this one because he loves anything to do with fire engines and firefighters. So it's got lots of Lift the Flap and pop-up bits. So here we've got like a car that opens, and this pops up, and we've got here this pops up. So there are some flaps to lift, and then there's some other pop-up elements too. Oops, just a bit careful. So I like this one. This is the Lift the Flaps, and then as you lift them it shows you the protective gear that the fireman is putting on, and then in the middle of the book there's also this gorgeous pop-up scene. So if you've got a little one who loves anything to do with firefighters and fire engines and is as obsessed about them as my son is, then I think they would absolutely love this book, Firefighters. So those were our choices for a Lift the Flap book. I would love to know what you're reading too. You can leave me a comment over on my blog, or you can find me on Twitter and Instagram under the username Bear and Fox Blog and share with me there. So happy reading, and I will see you next time. Bye.